Good evening, my friends. It's VJ Franz K. I wanted to show you this game, Phoenix 2. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you might remember I reviewed Phoenix 1 quite a long time ago. But this is a new sequel, and it's quite different, so I thought we might talk about it. For one, you get a huge selection of different ships that you can build up your points over time and then buy them. Or you get to receive a new ship every, I guess it is every 12 hours. You can connect to the warp gate and see if a new ship has arrived for you, and sometimes it has not. Because after you have most of the ships, it will mostly be duplicates. But we'll go into the missions here. I've selected my ship. I'm going to use the Tempest, which is kind of an obvious. So you can see I'm controlling things by moving left and right with my finger on the screen. I don't have to exactly place it where everything. I can place it beside the ship, so I can still see where all of the shots are. And if there are a lot of shots, I press down my second finger, and that will create, it's like an EMP field. I'm going to lower the volume of the game a bit so it doesn't overload things. Anyway, so you can see this is the standard sort of shooter, also called shmup or shoot 'em up, or danmaku, as I said in the last review. Trying to do a sort of space intro video. Danmaku from another universe. The battle of the spaceship. Trying to avoid laser beams, and you can always see the enemy laser beams are outlined in red, so it's quite obvious what they are shooting at you and what you are shooting at them. So you can see I go through the game. I've gotten pretty good at it. I've been playing this for about a year and a half, I guess. Just casually pick it up and play a couple of rounds. And eventually it just sort of adds up. And early on, before you have a lot of the ships, you will receive a lot of ships quite fast for your collection. See, conserve your shields are not, it's not a shield, it's an EMP, or it could be considered a bomb or something like that. Like on Raiden is a famous game. But notice, the only thing I have to do is protect the flashing dot at the very center of my ship, you see. As long as nothing hits the center, it doesn't matter. So that allows you to possibly dodge some really ridiculous situations. Those laser beams, you've got to look out when they're using those, because they they track you and then can possibly wipe you out, and even your defenses can't protect you from that situation. See, I have a limited number of revives, and I'm a bit distracted because I'm talking to you while playing. And you have the opportunity, you could watch an ad to get another chance. It is a, let's see. Alright, one more time, and then I'll try a different ship. But I'm on Act 5 now, it's sort of the 5th level, so things are quite challenging at this point in the game. Okay, forget it. I will come back and do something else, but now the mission is complete. I see my rank in the global leaderboard of the situation. And I'm going to stay in A rank because I got up to level 5. I really don't like the ranking system because you can lose your rank easily if you don't get an A. It's just like a high pressure parent from college or something like that. So I'm going to collect my rewards, which are some coins, and then I'll go back here. I've already rated it. And let's see. So you can upgrade your various ships. You can look at all of these different ships. Later on in this video, I will tell you what I consider to be the best ships to use. Even though it is sort of it is up to you exactly what is going to be the best ship, because it depends how your play style is. Here's another tip. You could join various private rooms to have another set of levels to play. This one is the VJ Franz K private room. So you can join there and then earn some extra coins. Now this ship will fire, instead of a wide shot, this fires a high-powered straight shot. And you'll notice there's bubbles beside me. Notice how closely I'm flying right by where the shots will miss me. And there's a reason for that, because actually your ship gets more power, absorbs power from the shots which don't quite hit it. You know what I mean? If they don't make contact with your ship, but they almost do, it gives you a bit of charge. So, I don't know, that's sort of a daredevil factor. And in classic shmups, that is called, I think it's called grazing or something like that. But anyway, pick up the little stardust there because that recharges. And now, this ship has this sort of arc shield, which will remind you of some classic games like Terra Cresta, actually, was one of a classic, or maybe it was Phoenix, where your ship had a arc-shaped shield. I suggest raise your arc-shaped shield after a certain point, especially if you have filled in all your dots. Also notice, on this ship, if I should release my hand from the controls for a second and then press it over here, I'll teleport from one zone to another, and that can save you. But you've got to plan it carefully, and yes, it does take a bit of time to warm up, so it may not be suitable for last-ditch saving you. Indeed, you may want to deactivate the music after a while because it's cool, but it gets a bit repetitive. Or you can play completely without sound if you want. So anyway, I just keep flying along. Notice I use my finger away from where my ship actually is, so I have plenty of view space to see where the shots are appearing from. You need to be able to see the shots, so I'll pick up the rewards from here. And I could retry, but instead I'm going to pick yet another ship. I'll show you. There are some very unusual ships that you can collect. Some of them, they have very strange powers. And let's see, what is an example of that? I'll try the Yugothu, however you're supposed to pronounce that. I don't know. It's from some alien planet or something. But look at this. The shots are, I don't know, they're energy waves or tadpoles or something else. But it's kind of interesting to be playing with this type of thing. Very different sort of strategic experience. See, I don't even have to point my ship towards the enemies at this point, because my shots my shots have a strong ability to seek. And some of the ships, the shots are totally self-aiming. So all you have to do in that case is defend your ship. You don't have to worry about anything. But it's true, most of the seeking shots, they have less power than... Let's see. Alright, and I put up a shield which slows down the enemy shots inside that field. That's kind of interesting. It's not as good as wiping out the shots, but... anyway. So... I'm still number 1 in this area. I will pick a different ship. Look at all of these different ones. It's a bit hard to remember, and it is a wide variety of ships, even though I wish there were an even greater variety of ships that you could use than this, because it's does seem a bit limiting after a while. Juggernaut, high-powered, straightforward shots. Some of these other ones are side-facing. The Razor was an interesting one that I got into at the beginning. You notice you get these laser beams, which are a straightforward type of shot. So it really is good at zapping something that's straight ahead. And you can also save up your energy by holding still. And then use a powerful charge-up weapon. But I hate to say, the way that is done is not very useful, because with this type of attack in your face, you'll not be able to hold still very often. So it's sort of useless the way they've implemented the ultimate powers there. So this ship, I put up a solid shield around myself that sort of absorbs things. But you notice the shots that were already within the shield did not get absorbed. So you have to kind of plan ahead with that one. I'm used to playing on my iPhone screen instead of this iPad, so it is kind of different. I'll show you the Trireme. Notice that this one, the laser fire from your ship is completely automated. You don't have to do anything. You just have to keep dodging the enemies. And I noticed a lot of the people on the high scoreboard have used this ship. If I target things within my thing and then I use a special power, seeking missiles come from my ship there too. So in this case, this ship has the teleport, so you can use that as a special defense to get you out of trouble. That can be good, but you also have to sort of plan ahead if you're about to use it. Like that. See, those shots almost got me. And obviously, just experiment through the different ships and decide which one will fit your playing style, and ultimately you might want more than one, because the levels seem to be randomly generated, but you may need a different way to deal with a certain set of levels, because they may be too difficult to handle with what you were using before. Are you ready to see what I consider to be the best ship right now? I will show you. The one I've been using the most lately is this AB8 Kiln, or Klin. AB8 Klin, that's right. So I'm going to select that, and I'll show you why I consider it to be the best, even though there are others you could choose. So it has this sort of wide shot that goes out, sort of spreads out, but if you get up close to the enemy ships, you can concentrate that firepower a lot more. And another really good thing about it is that my defenses are these defensive lasers, but notice that it doesn't use up my entire force field power to fire the lasers. Just one little tap will wipe out the things that are closest to me, but leave all the rest. So that allows me to really conserve my power in a complicated battle. And using this, I've had some of the greatest success. My previous ship used to be the Tempest. I like that one a lot, but the way that the defenses are on the AB8 Klin are a lot better in terms of being ready. See, I can just atomize a short area of those shots and not have to worry about all the rest. And there's a ton of them, as you notice. This is can be considered Danmaku, or bullet hell. I believe literally Danmaku means bullet curtain. Like, and you can see it is like a curtain that is moving forward, and you figure out the logic of the patterns, and then you deal with that. If I was really concentrating, I could probably navigate it using less defensive power, but there you go. And I think if that one defensive power wasn't enough, I think, wait, yeah, the AB8 Klin also has this wider range force field thing that you can use.